Good day, students, teachers, and aspiring mathematicians. In this video, we will be teaching on how to solve differentiations or derivatives, showing to you an example or practice problem with solutions and explanations to help broaden your mathematical skills. These are the learning competencies that we can apply in this lesson. Number 1 is to solve and find derivatives. Number 2 is to apply the rules in differentiation. Number 3 is to understand the step-by-step solutions. And lastly, to acquire the skills in differentiation. So without further ado, let's start the tutorial. Here we have an example of a fractional equation. The problem asks to find the second derivative of the function defined by y equals 6x cubed minus x over 10 minus 20x.
So we have our equation y equals 6x cubed minus x over 10 minus 20x.
To start solving, first step, we have to identify the equation. Since it is a fractional equation, we can determine its derivative using the quotient rule. This rule tells us that the derivative of the quotient of two functions, f of x and g of x, is equal to the difference of the product of g of x and the derivative of f of x, and the product of the function f of x and derivative of g of x divided by the square of g of x.
For this equation, we need to use the quotient rule. First, we need to get the derivative of the numerator and then the denominator. Multiply the denominator by the derivative of the numerator and vice versa. We follow a formula here, which is low d high minus high d low over low squared. We then copy the denominator and simply square it.
Next step, in the numerator, multiply and combine like terms.
In the numerator, multiply and combine like terms. 10 times 18x squared is 180x squared. 10 times negative 1 is negative 10. Negative 20x times 18x squared is negative 360x cubed. Negative 20x times negative 1 is positive 20x. Negative 6x cubed times negative 20 is positive 120x cubed. Positive x times negative 20 is negative 20x. Negative 360x cubed plus 120x cubed is negative 240x cubed plus 180x squared. Positive 20x minus 20x is 0, so cancel 20x minus 10. Our numerator is negative 240x cubed plus 180x squared minus 10. And don't forget the square denominator. Parentheses 10 minus 20x squared. Thus, the first derivative of y equals 6x cubed minus x over 10 minus 20x is negative 240x cubed plus 180x squared minus 10 over parentheses 10 minus 20x squared.
So the first derivative of the equation is negative 240x cubed plus 180x squared minus 10 over 10 minus 20x squared. We are still not done yet. We still have to find the second derivative. So we will continue solving again with the same process.
So our equation is negative 240x cubed plus 180x squared minus 10 over 10 minus 20x.
Since we encounter a fractional equation, we will be using the quotient rule.
For this equation, we need to use the quotient rule. First thing that we should do is find the derivative of our numerator and denominator. And the derivative of the numerator is negative 720x squared plus 360x. And the derivative of the denominator is 800x minus 400. We then cross multiply. Multiply the denominator and the derivative of the numerator and vice versa. The formula that we followed here is the low d high minus high d low over low squared. So we should multiply 10 minus 20x squared times negative 720x plus 360x minus negative 240x cubed plus 180x squared minus 10 times 800x minus 400. When we multiply 10 minus 20x squared times negative 720x squared plus 360x, the simplified product is 36,000x minus 216,000x squared plus 432,000x cubed minus 288,000x to the power of 4. And when we multiply negative 240x cubed plus 180x squared minus 10 times 800x minus 400, the simplified product is 192,000x to the power of 4 minus 240,000x cubed plus 72,000x squared plus 8,000x minus 4,000. After we multiply the numerator, we then combine the like terms. And the answer is negative 96,000x to the power of 4 plus 192,000x cubed minus 14,400x squared plus 44,000x minus 4,000 over the simplified denominator, which is 100 minus 400x plus 400x squared. We can still simplify both the numerator and denominator by dividing it with 100. So the final answer is negative 960x to the power of 4 plus 1920x cubed minus 1440x squared plus 440 minus 40 over 1 minus 4x plus 4x squared. And that is the second derivative.
Therefore, the second derivative of the function y equals 6x cubed minus x over 10 minus 20x is negative 960x to the power of 4 plus 1920x cubed minus 1440x squared plus 440 minus 40 over 1 minus 4x plus 4x squared. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you have learned from our discussion and help you in understanding differentiation. Thank you once again, and God bless.